We're increasingly told as investors that economics and stock markets are not the same thing, that they're not correlated. But I know your investment philosophy very much takes into consideration the top-down approach. Why does what's happening at a country level affect what's happening at a company level?
So emerging markets are different from developed markets in that there is a much stronger country effect. It's partly because in emerging markets, the spread of countries is far more diverse and more different than it is in developed markets. So whilst France is different from Japan, is different from Canada, overall in terms of demographics or growth rates or inflation rates, they're not that different. Whereas emerging markets has everything from commodity powerhouses like Brazil or Russia through to high-tech economies like Korea and Taiwan. In addition, the spread of different political systems and political outcomes is much more diverse in emerging markets. And so that different political risk is also a big driver. So there is in emerging markets a very strong top-down country effect that you don't see in developed markets.
I think that's a very important point, that emerging markets are heterogeneous, because a lot of people tend to make a call on their portfolio allocation on should I be in emerging markets or out of emerging markets, where it's much more diverse than that. Taking that into consideration, where do you think the best opportunities are right now in emerging markets?
So our two favourite markets right now are quite different. One is India, which is very much a domestically focused, internally driven market. It's not particularly exposed either to the global trade cycle or to commodity prices. The economy there has been undergoing a period of retrenchment and recovery after a big boom in the 2000s. We now look from a cyclical point of view headed into an upswing. In addition, we have under the Modi administration the most reformist government in emerging markets, and actually one of the most positive reform stories I've ever seen in EM. India has great potential, which has been held back by a lot of issues around inefficiency and governance, and it really looks like those are being unlocked. So both in terms of its long-term trend opportunities and also the shorter-term cycle, we think India looks fantastically placed.